NERDSoul.
Lay ill kid at OneYoungsta. Hold it down. Bring it at Street Geek and Nerd Soul. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, man. Look, y'all. It's anime, y'all. Y'all best believe that. We up in here having a good time. And we're gonna be talking about that summertime anime, but I ain't by myself. I'm joined first by one half of the dynamic duo of the South. Mark Dub, say what's up.
What is going on, y'all? Look, I'm marked up, part man, half amazing spice like the Creole, not the Cajun. I am one half of the Blurtish duo. I say I'm the brains because Coop got to be the looks. Coop getting compliments out in the streets and everything.
Only because of you, man. Only because of you.
And with that said, we have the pretty boy of the dynamic duo of the South. All right,
no, that is not me.
You know what I'm saying? The handsomest of the dynamic duo of the South. I give to you, Coop du jour, Keith Cooper. What's up?
I guess I'll take that. Sure.
Coop du jour. I like it.
I do like Coop DeVille as well. I'll take that as well too. But anyway, appreciate y'all. We gonna talk some new stuff. Probably do a little review of what we have watched. This is gonna be a very interesting season. You will hear this also on the Blurtish platform on various podcasts. Shout out to everybody who wished us well on our 300th episode. Of course, as mentioned, we finished our 8th year, or however the anniversaries go. We celebrate 8 years all during June, July. So we started our new year. More anime-ish, more stuff to come. Of course, we'll probably be reviewing The Boys very soon when it ends, or the next episode. Probably will do a review and then a review of the end of that. And, next, it'll be Deadpool and Wolverine time. But we here to talk some anime.
All right, cool. Well, Coop, you got the preview for us going. What's the first one you want to drop on us? What's the first thing you bring into us?
I don't want to be rude because I know I'm going to speak a lot. Mark, do you have any notes and anything for the preview that you want to do first?
You know what? So y'all, just a little bit different. I'm not even gonna stay long. I heard about the upcoming season 3 of Fire Force, the long-awaited season 3 of Fire Force.
Ooh.
Coop knows I never got into Fire Force. Y'all, I put on the first episode. I mean, after first episode of season 1, I will have watched all of it and be ready when season 3 comes out.
I do want to say this, just for the folks who are listening, as we know. Now, season 3 isn't this year, but this is what he started this summer. So
it starts next year, right?
Yeah, next year. So that's next year.
Yeah. So.
But still, you got a good one.
If you're like me, and you haven't watched it yet, you have a little time to get yourself prepared.
I am so happy. Look, y'all done heard me espouse the greatness or my love of it. I ain't gonna say it's the greatest thing, whatever. But something about Fire Force, like a lot of other people, got me, and it really took off in the cosplay community. For one, the Princess Habana, when he gets you've seen her, but shout out to Gamma Ray, she cosplayer, I think Sherry cosplayer, she has basically become a go-to for a lot of black cosplayers. Now, whether if she isn't, I don't know, but they have adopted her and they have taken her on just like Miracle. So it got some dope designs in there, and it is the spiritual. It's in the same world as Soul Eater, one of my favorite shonen of the last decade, kind of the wave after Naruto, I would say, kind of like in that family, or year or class or whatever you will. So I think you're gonna enjoy it.
Man, yo, I'm gonna keep it real.
I'm eager about it, yo.
That Fire Force season 3, y'all looking good.
Y'all know Dub is always late. But even when he's late, he's still on time. So here we are.
And the great thing is, season 3 is going to be the last one, so they're not going to drag it out. In fact, they probably happy all right, 20. I think it's 24 more episodes. That's it.
Okay. Man, look, they, in my opinion, they have a lot to wrap up. But if they're focused on what they doing, 26 or so episodes is more than enough.
And they say you're getting 2 cores, and that is it. So that's that's from 24 to 26 episodes, y'all. So if you ain't start, like Mark says, it's a good time to jump on.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
I don't. Are they saying how long the course are going to be?
usually a core is 12 episodes. So that's
Okay,
like
all right.
kind of the standard talk of it. And when they say two, that's usually like a core can be its own season, but usually two cores make up a full hit season, if you will. Kind of like, or when we suffered through that show we ain't gonna talk about no more, that they decided to roll out two cores at the same time. But so that's why, like, My Hero Academia, it became such a hit. It's like it kind of had a short season first, but it's been rolling two cores ever since, like every season. So that's when you rolling.
Man, my hero don't play, but that Fire Force, I gotta give it to Coop. Coop told me he was like, man, go back to it. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna give it one more chance.
Hey,
Because
bro, you get,
I won't believe in it. All right, but I went back to it. All
hey,
right.
bro,
And I
I will.
have to give it, I like Fire Force. I will be adding Fire Force to my server
All
as
Yeah.
right, yeah.
as well as giving them props for, even though it wasn't as in depth as I would have liked it to be, they did have some good training with the, I don't know, I guess with the lazy fireman. Like he was mad sweet, but he was like, yo man, look, it's
I
my day off.
wouldn't call him lazy. He's just so damn good. He ain't got to train like
He
you do.
seemed like he got better things to do all the time. He's not like his captain or whatever his set. He's mad like,
You
yo,
talking
look, we
about
got to do stuff. But
Captain Benny, but when he
but
want to destroy a town, he throwing out sticks on fire, and like if you live with Benny and you his partner, and you unfortunately like get taken over by the fire, he will blow up his town to celebrate you, and they will rebuild
man,
it.
mm, so look, it's look the show is official. I got love for Fire Force. You know what I'm saying? I got love for him.
Hey man, it's gonna be one of
Good.
those like the Akatsuki. I would like to see Ogun cosplayed forever, and Princess Habana will always be cosplayed forever
Mm.
for all the right reasons. That's all I'm gonna say.
No comment. What else we got? What else we got?
So, Mark, I'm gonna let you continue if you got anything else or
But
you got any
well,
preview.
no, I wasn't diligent enough to get into the to the preview. I did look at a couple of titles, but I think Coop is actually the ones I looked at. Coop also chose, so like
Okay. Well,
I
we
think we
go.
gonna
You know what? It's time, Mark. We gonna start since there's one. We gonna start with the ignorance.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna get this one out the
yes.
way. Let me. I'm at Live Chart Me Summer. It's some website I pulled up. So, give me a second. Plus size F. So let me start with this. What it's about. So this is a comedy. And I'm reading. So if I'm a little rote, y'all, I'm reading the definitions. This is a good website. They actually shout out to this website. I don't know why it's called Live Chart Me, but it is excellent for to find out anime in a season. You can get the English names, and you can get the with a down click. You can also get the Japanese names. So you can find however you find your anime. It's very useful too, especially when you're finding it out there on the high seas. So I'll leave it at that. But basically, this is about Noah Khan, Noah Naoe, a massage therapist, is about to head home for the day when he's saddled with a rather strange patient. This lovely lady has emerald eyes, pointy ears, and grew up in the forest. Everything about her screams elf, except everything about her screams elf except for one thing. She is plus size. As in most people know in fantasy, you know how they do. They don't be, elves supposed to be beautiful and all this, which you can be beautiful if you're plus size. So, I'm throwing in my opinion into that. But that's kind of the crux of the joke. So she can't get home until she loses weight. Yeah, I know. It sounds crazy because the door won't let you go home. I watched episode 1. and she has an obsession with junk food, especially French fries. It low key in the
No,
anime,
man, French fries will get you, man. I mean,
bruh.
they're tasty, but man, they kill you.
She came here and she was just like, and it looked like it's almost a nod to McDonald's French fries, but without the actual backing. This is a comedy anime, so this is one where they not animating it like a whole lot. It's more so on the jokes. I want to stress: do not watch this anime in public.
Mm.
Do not. I'm just gonna go over here. It is etchy. Y'all look that up. What that means? Like, some people have etchy in it and whatever, and fan service. As of right now, based off of episode 1, do not watch this. I am not judging you. I'm gonna continue to watch it. I had a good time. It's just a good thing to waste. But
I
do
mean,
not watch this.
we grown up, so we can enjoy grown up media, but
But
we're
this is
also
not.
saying,
I'm just telling you what it is. Do not watch this. Your kids do not need to watch this unless they are a certain age and y'all are okay with this. But if they see the little cute plus size elf, I'm like, oh, she this that. Don't do it. I'm telling you. Don't do
Oh,
it. Don't
so
do it.
the plus size is going to be on very particular areas.
Man, it's all over. I'm just saying. Look, I'm gonna just.
Well, I'm just thinking about the etchy where I'm like, okay.
Well, yeah, that's there, but I'm saying like, okay, she's a therapist, so she had the like, they actually showing him like adjusting her back, this and that, and let's just say you see almost everything within 5 minutes, or you see half multiple times. So
they just want to make sure you don't miss it.
You do not miss
it's not
it.
for the,
So
it's
you
not for the
understand
youth.
what it's about.
Like I say, it's just whoever this is for. Just be, I'm just giving you a heads up. I'm glad. I had to be quick on my feet. I was like, oh my goodness. I know etchy, but I ain't never really seen them do like that. I was like, they go one more step with this. They need to add another category to it that I ain't gonna say the name of. But I enjoyed it. It was cute. It was whatever. I just wanted to see what this was about because I saw the book always in the manga in Barnes and Noble. I love the colors of it. I love the lettering. I love the kanji. I love the art of it. But overall, I think it is. I ain't gonna say a cheaply done anime. It's not one that they're gonna break the bank on animate. But you may enjoy it. No shit,
Yeah. You'll enjoy what you see. If you're looking for what if you're looking for what ecchi is, it's got it.
If you like cute fantasy women of a certain size, there you go.
He said, there you go.
I mean, so I have no complaints. I'm probably gonna flip through it as long as it don't get it ain't go. I don't think it can get any worse as far as content, as far as the ecchi part. But I might be surprised. I don't know. If it gets worse than that, I may have to drop it. But I will review it. But yeah, first episode, I'm gonna just go say this briefly. She came, she met with old boy. She actually lost the weight, and then she like, I know now human. She just refers to him as human. I know that I can lose the weight, so I'm just gonna keep. I'm gonna eat as many fries as I can, and I'm in your hands. So that's the setup of it. So she's got to deal with that. So, I know it's taking light, but try to, as a hefty man myself, you don't have to be skinny, but take care of your health, and you can't eat fries and junk all the time. Sparingly.
Darn it!
So, I wish I could drop the weight like anime people do in one,
Man,
one
anime
session.
people, they take like 2 episodes and you be like, yo, hold up, he got abs?
Bruh.
How did it work?
Even
They hit like a good training montage and they be like mad fit.
Look, they even grow an extra foot. They be like, I got taller. Like, how you got taller? I don't understand.
Yeah, I've been looking for that science and technology. It hasn't worked.
So that's plus size elf. I'm going to try to review this every time, but I don't know.
I don't know if you'll be able to.
I don't know if I'll be able to, but I might come back to it and just update how this is going. So, any other comments on plus size elf? You got any comments, Mark?
Only that, you know, the last time we had one that we started reviewing and we kind of had to stop. I think this one might be. We had to stop for a different reason. So I was about to say I think this one might be a little more intense than that one, but nah.
This one is more like we didn't like a certain thing, but
yeah,
I did go
a creepy aspect.
I'll
say
say
it like
this.
that, a creepy aspect.
A creepy
of that
aspect. I'm going to. I ain't gonna excuse it, but did I enjoy? It was 100 Girlfriends, but the difference with that show and this show, they actually, it's a parody, even though it was a parody of Harem, so it's more of a sketch comedy show, doing bits. This one is kind of like not say taking itself serious. It's just presenting the story as it is. It's doing the most basic of adaptation as you can. Whereas 100 Girlfriends, they taking that like, oh, we gonna make you laugh with this, and on parts that they really want to up the animation, they do. This ain't that.
Make them laugh to this.
So this will be probably funny, okay, but as minus the creepiness, I still give an A minus to 100 Girlfriends. This might be anywhere from C to B minus. Like this is good. This is gonna be firmly in the C range, just off the animation alone.
Not the C. Not is it going? Is it going for the C plus hero?
It's a little bit looser than that, but it ain't much more animation than that. It's like static scenes. You're not gonna be doing much in a room.
Dang.
You're gonna only when you know something.
But you know what? I don't need that if it ain't no fights.
It's not fights. It don't really need it. But whereas 100, like some comedies know how to do it and do it well, as in our range of motion. Excuse me. In our range of motion and how people are fluid. So, and like I said, I just want to say like they're both comedies, but this is a straightforward 100 Girlfriends, absolute bizarre bunkers parody. That's why in a way it's done better. Like, cause you can't be stingy with your parodies. Oh, you just need to throw that in the trash. Like a parody got to be loose, fluid, timing. It got to be sharp. Like it's a cut above. So this is just okay.
All right.
But also be careful of while watching it.
All right, no doubt. What else we got? Then?
Now I'm gonna get even a little more bizarre. But this one is actually where the money is. You can tell it's spent. It's very popular. I know this may not be our cup of vibe. Oshinoko season 2. Now, I don't know if y'all ever heard Oshinoko, but yeah, it's a returning one. I didn't even know it was returning this fast. But this is how it goes.
Oshinoko was one of the ones I was looking at in the previews, and I didn't know it was season 2. Yeah. But yes, please carry on.
So, and just to give a little backstory, Faru, was about what it was about. Season 1 started off with an actual 90-minute movie that adapted like a good chunk of it. So it's like the creators are thinking. They're forward moving with like, all right, they kind of did the Demon Slayer thing where it's like, we're going to take our arc, that's going to be the movie, and then we're going to jump right into the series. So it was like pretty cool setup. So Oshinoko is based about Aqua's desire for revenge takes center stage as he navigates the dark underbelly of the entertainment world alongside his twin sister Ruby. While Ruby follows in their slain mother's footsteps to become an idol, Aqua joins a famous theater troupe in hopes of uncovering truths to the identity of their father, the man who arranged their mother's untimely death, and the man who starred in the same trope Aqua hopes to infiltrate. Now, that's the most sane definition. Let me pour on the other layer of this. This is also a reincarnation. I just said it's a murder mystery. It's talking about the entertainment world. It is also a reincarnation anime. Basically, Aqua was the mother. I mean, he was the doctor to his reincarnation mother when he was an adult in another life. So it's not an isekai. It's a reincarnation.
Bruh.
And his sister was also.
I said the same thing.
Let me finish. Let me finish. It keeps going. His sister was a cancer, who is now his twin sister, was his was his cancer patient who was a sick little girl who didn't get to live past a certain age. But they were both fans of their reincarnated mother, so they came back as her children. And of course, their mother, as an idol, you can't really get pregnant young. You got to keep them hidden, and not that. But they wind up murdering. Somebody murdered her at the hospital, and then they murdered him. She died. He got murdered after their future mother got murdered, and then they became her kids. And I actually, as weird as that sounds, I love the hell out of that movie. That art, that describes all of that. So this is where Aqua is like, you know what? I'm gonna find the bastard who did this to my favorite idol / mom, and I'm gonna expose them. So that's where this goes. But in the midst of all that, it really breaks down different entertainment segments of it. It can be like it's artsy fartsy. It's a writer's dream. I guess like if it's like writing or entertainment, the anime. But when I say they ain't playing around, they explain stuff, they animate the hell out of stuff. They take the acting part serious. So season 2, they're like doing the backdrop of everything is a 4D play or a 2.D 5D play, like you see in those different plays where they have like the moving stages and stuff. The way they animate it, it's like they'll show you a scene like if you were in the crowd and you feel like you were in the crowd, the way that they did the camera work and animation. As crazy as all this sounds, the effort, it is not a lazy anime, but it is not there to hold your hand per se. But it's not difficult, but it may not be for everybody, if that makes sense.
It ain't gonna hold your hand, but it ain't difficult, but it still ain't gonna hold your hand.
Like Aqua is basically a L. He's kind of like L a little bit. Like he has, like they keep up appearances. They like like he got a fake girlfriend who's also his actor in the troupe for appearances. They talk about stuff like that, improper stuff that happens in the entertainment world. That I think as more people understand K-pop and how that stuff is run, and some Japanese groups and idols, and then acting and stuff, it's kind of like it's there to maybe sometimes big up the craft, but it also is sometimes there to be like, some of this is disgusting. So
okay,
and while being a murder mystery reincarnation anime, that is the framework. It's a look. Your mind gotta crack open your skull with this one, but at the heart of it, it's talking about the entertainment world. But eventually, it's going to go darker.
I mean, is it though?
He got to find the person who killed his reincarnated mom. That's his whole reason for even following in her footsteps. Like he was a whole doctor out here. In fact, it's like he delivered himself.
Yeah.
Like, she was giving birth to him while he was out dying outside the rock somewhere, and nobody couldn't find his body. I don't think. Wild-ish, man.
Yeah, that's how that is a twist and turning, curvy road.
So that's why I had like, if you didn't watch season 1, this definition leaves all that out. So if you watch from season 1, and you be like, what the hell? Especially the first like arc of it, movies of it, but then it hits that smooth beat to get what you're getting at. Like I say, not difficult, but different. But I like it. I like it, man. And so far 2 episodes out. We met the mangaka, the creator of the manga that they're doing the play on. She is a weird, bizarre short person, and she ripped into the playwright, the screenwriter for messing up her manga. You're like, you don't understand nothing. She was all quiet, but when she ripped it to him, she said, you either didn't read or you don't understand what the hell you doing to my characters. I want him gone. You can pay him. Just get him the hell out of here. That's how bad I want him gone. Give him the credit, whatever. I'll rewrite the script. And then old boy was talking to the lead characters like, yeah, it just happens when you're a screenwriter and yada yada. And so it's just I ain't gonna say that ain't funny because that suck if you a writer and they so mad at you, they don't even want you not to get paid. They just want you gone. Like, look, don't even worry about it. Pay him what you gotta do him. I'm gonna fix this. Do you know how bad that is when you at your job and somebody say, nah, you don't even fire him. He ain't even worth the time to do the paperwork. Just let me fix my stuff. Like, that's rough.
Oh, it's real rough.
On Paquito.
Like that's like, bro, you can see the soul leaving, like the color leaving his skin. Like he was just like, like yeah, this happened, y'all. He's like, and Aqua was just like, damn, bro, I'm sorry, man. And Aqua don't be caring about nobody.
Bad.
It's just like, so this is going on, but oh, and not to mention his fake girlfriend is also jealous of the girl who really loves him, who is the lead actress of this play, who she confessed her love to Aqua last season, but she actually kind of gets his weird stuff. Nobody knows he's reincarnated. They kind of moved away from that, but that is still the framework because he's trying to find the murderer. But nobody's gonna know about the mystical stuff, and that'll just be all about something in his own. But one last thing, and I'll move on. The animation of what they do with the eyes is gorgeous. For whatever reason, his mom had these like star animation things, and it's just like, it's not to mean anything. It's just like she's a star and all that. It's like looking in a galaxy in some of their eyes.
Okay.
Awesome.
So, yeah, Ocean or Co. So that's what I got for that one.
All right, what up? What else you got?
So I'm gonna throw out some shonen. Yeah, buddy. This is for Mike. Mike already be like, no, but this is for you.
All right, what you got?
Got Kinnikuman, perfect origin arc. Why am I excited for this? It is bizarre. This goes back to my childhood when I didn't even know it was an anime. If any of y'all grew up collecting the muscle toys, the
Ultimate
acronym,
Muscle. I used to get the muscle toys. There were like 5 in a can.
Yep, it used to be a little plastic cup. So this series is the continuation of the original late 70s series. Redone new animation. There is this is not a 4Kids dub. This ain't got nothing to do with Ultimate Muscle. They kids not even born yet. So don't worry about Kid Muscle. Throw them out the window.
It's just a whole bunch of wrestling.
This is about King Muscle and his partners who are really brutal. Basically they're all Supermen. They're from the planet. He's from the planet Muscle. The story goes he didn't even know he was from the planet Muscle, even though he looks like that. Then he find out he's a prince of the thing. And they have
Prince of the planet Muscle.
Planet Muscle. And the way that this is set up is that I explained to y'all, it's another weird convention. Now, unless you were born back there in the 70s and actually watched this, they did a recap update for the new series. So the framework is King Muscle's about to get married soon. Him and his partner Terry Man, the dude from Texas, they're all grouped together. Him and his partners, some of his ex-enemies who are now friends. They're all having this He's having this sparring match. It's like a no holds, no locks, just punching and kicking, fighting sparring match. So they were reminiscing over the good old days. Whole first episode about reminiscing, and they're like, "Oh yeah, remember when I used to be evil, such and such, and blah blah blah. You straighten me out." So then they animate what would be flashbacks, but it's kind of new. Like like you haven't seen this with new animation. It ain't like it's not animation pulled from the original series. It's just plot points. Okay. So it's kind of bizarre, but it's like I get why they're doing it because it is such an older series. So and then you'd be like, oh, why they're fighting each other and they're hanging out? And it's just like you're basically having a drink with your partners, and you're like, oh man, remember that time? You tried to holler at that girl, she shot you down. Remember that time we got in a fight, and
I remember all of it.
one of my favorite characters,
I
Buffalo
got in a
Man.
fight with her because she shot me down.
And
I
then
bet she won't shoot me down again.
I don't know. It's just
That's terrible.
so that's
I
basically
apologize.
what this is. But he's gonna have to fight some more evil, demonic wrestlers from outer space. Even though he's a peanut head wrestler from outer space, but I always like Muscle Man. Look, he just looked like a dummy. He's like, oh, I know he got the weird big donut lips, but he looked like a character you would have drawn the moment you could draw a little better, like from like third grade to like fifth grade with the big eyes or the mohawk. He got a round head, he got muscle.
I remember like being in 5th grade. I absolutely drew character. So many people had mohawks.
Like little mohawk ninjas. I don't know why.
No, so many people had mohawks. It was a thing. It was definitely a thing.
And then when you didn't know how to make the muscles, you just like kind of draw them like they look like a oval, but then they'll be like cut. You'll draw the abs on the stomach, but they like shaped like a sausage.
I saw a device that you could press into your stomach, and it would make an impression of abs.
Yes.
And I think I'm going to purchase these.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
And I have a 6-pack surrounded by
it ain't worth your soul.
Flabber.
I mean, I think I'd rather
turn your body into antimatter. And just like a piece of sizzling, I sit inside your stomach with the eggs and grits between.
Good to see that. Go buy it for Busta Rhymes while you hating on Black Americans and talking about we ain't got no culture.
Oh boy, don't.
And also tell him to quit worrying about grown folk at Essence Fest on their phones.
That was Craig Mack.
Look, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Look, man. Oh man, you know what? This hip hop stuff is. You know what? I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna say this. Yo, New Orleans, also Louisiana as a whole. Y'all need to track down who signed that contract with Essence Fest, because I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
I haven't heard nothing about it, but
I'm pretty sure that contract that you had them sign about those quote clean zones, I'm pretty sure that's not illegal. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's not legal.
I haven't heard nothing about it. I was too busy listening to Baby go off on Lil Wayne supposedly on stage.
Oh Lord. Y'all can't, come on, man. Y'all can't be peaceful after all these years. Come on,
I'm gonna just say this.
It's a lot of money.
While we barring, I don't need no more Hot Boys reunion. It's over. Juvenile is cool. Manny's still cool. I'm shocked.
Man, Juvie looked like he in like such an awesome place in his life.
Juvie,
like his music is that, like he did that Tiny Desk, and there was just like a resurgence in demand for his music. Yes. People were asking him to make new music, and he was like, I was not really looking to do that, but now what's good,
would like
and he has his drink
to come
his
back.
Drink company is popping
to be the new Beverly Maze. I mean, just even if they bring back the Super Lounge, just have Juvenile there. But everybody else, other than Manny, we good. I don't need to hear about it.
Manny Fresh over. In a good place, but it's crazy.
We don't need Baby.
I'll just say this. It's Baby is still the same person who he was 20 years ago. Yes. So I definitely understand. Manny Fresh said he had to sue him twice to get his money. He said, I had to sue him. I had to take him to court to make sure he paid me what he owed me on the back end. He said, and then I had to take him to court again to make sure that before we did this music that I was gonna get paid everything I was supposed to get paid, because he still does business in a shady fashion. So that's why your reunion, like Lil Wayne, his son, supposedly, and he still had to sue him for a big chunk of his money.
Man, so he ain't your son. I'm just gonna say that, like I just as on the sidebar,
saying Billie Jean,
people be foolish.
Kid is not my son.
But all that to say is, Kinnikuman is on Netflix. There is no English dub, so it is very Japanese, y'all. Don't try to wait. Don't even try to find no English dub. You probably ain't gonna get it. This is Kinnikuman, not Ultimate Muscle. They ain't no right now. They ain't no announcers. They not doing jokes, and it's gonna be a little bloody. Like they showed in the flashbacks parts where they supposedly died.
I mean,
Some of them had
there's blood in the trailer, so
like I'm just saying
Yo,
like
cool. I'm gonna jump on it and check it out. I'm gonna give it the 3-episode watch. I'm
first
a little
episode.
I'm a little afraid it's gonna hit me like Mashal, but I'm still gonna see what it do.
First episode
check
is
it.
called Episode 0. Just kind of, I wouldn't start from that account. Like that literally is a recap. Oh yeah, remember that time when episode to kind of reintroduce the characters to the general public. So I would say start with count it where the conflict started, because there's no conflict in Episode 0. It's just them hanging around. Oh, you gonna get married? Yep. Blah blah blah. So,
Okay.
but I like to see that a character like that
Sound like some
continue.
light skinned filler.
You know, I would say it's setting up the framework. It happens every so often, but I wouldn't call it filler, but it can be kind of perceived as filler. But I say it's not a bad place to start, but I wouldn't count nothing for that episode to hold against it. So I would say 4 at least on this. But yeah. Absolutely. Like I think I'm gonna follow it just because I did like Ultimate Muscle, even though this isn't. I watched some past episodes of the old one. I'm gonna go back to the old one and skip ahead to some of the arcs that they mentioned just to see how bloody it got in the old 70s one. Because it actually started out as a superhero show, because King Muscle or Muscle Man is actually a quote unquote superhero. But I was reading about it on Wikipedia. They actually said they got rid of the superhero trappings and just went to like tournament arcs as wrestlers. So even though they're heroes, it's more so done in a wrestling setting. So take it for what it's worth.
oh boy,
That's pretty much
that's all you, dog. That's all you.
I'm saying try it out, Mike. At least one. Don't start
Mike,
episode.
I ain't gonna
zero.
lie,
Try
bro.
one episode,
It actually, I mean, there's some wild aspects, but it actually sounds
Like
I've
I've
never
never liked the
man.
character design from
Oh, well.
like so.
You know what?
It's rough.
I didn't like the character design, but I liked other characters' design that went Ultimate Muscle. And I remember collecting the little figures when I was a kid. I ain't have no backstory on them. They were little pink.
They didn't give us the backstory because
they were almost like they made out of eraser.
Yeah, they're
material.
called keshi, which means gum. So it was a race material. And they didn't give us a backstory in the West because they didn't think we could understand the absolute bizarreness of
They were right.
Of the time.
They were right.
It was just like, oh,
I would have been like, what?
Oh, that's just like Little Muscle Man, and he fights all these weird monsters, and there are monsters in your pocket, yada yada. But I always like Buffalo Man. I like his reading up on Buffalo Man. He was actually designed after Bruiser Brody. So it's like, oh, okay, that's dope. Like now that you know some more of the backstory, and you look at a picture of Bruiser Brody, and you can see it from the hair. They're both Hispanic, per se, even though he's a Hispanic Buffalo demon man. Who got possessed by Satan to kill King Muscle, but then he became good after he died. Had to come back. But yeah, Buffalo Man was like that first end boss of the first game, and then he's like your partner. So, and pretty much everybody wanted to kill King Muscle. Then they all, he make friends with him, or they deal with their own stuff. Kind of like Naruto-ish in a way, but way more bloodier.
Wow.
Believe it or not, people get murdered, and I didn't know people got murdered in Ultimate Muscle lore like that. Even if they come back, but it sounds like sometimes they ain't got no Dragon Balls to come right back. It takes some weird stuff, or you like one dude, Ramen Man. I don't know why his name Ramen Man, but he's like the Chinese, they talk about there ain't no racism in Japanese, but y'all be hating on Chinese people in Japan.
Big time.
He become making them savages and weird stuff like Ramen Man. But man, he got chopped. His whole head got chopped off, and he had to wear a special mask to get healed. Reading the lore, I'm like, good lord, man. I thought this was supposed to be a little bit more lighthearted, but as I say, you're gonna get the real Japanese version of this, no matter how you perceive it. So that's what I got on Kinnikuman. I'm gonna watch it. Like I said, this is probably the only shonen I saw. Everything else that shonen like is in isekai, and the answer for me is no. Real friends don't let other friends do isekai.
So what else you got? What else you got?
This one's gonna be real quick. This one caught my eye. Pseudo Harem. E.g. joins the drama club with dreams of having a harem like the ones from his favorite manga. Ren, an underclassman, finds herself crushing hard on him and tries on different personas in his presence to win him over. No matter how she acts, one thing is certain: her feelings for E.G. continue to grow stronger. Will she be able to tell him the truth and be herself? It sounds pretty straightforward. I haven't tried it out yet. I was like, okay, you know what? Since this is going to be more of a slice of life season, I was like, I probably will try this out soon. So that's all I got on that. But then I got one more that I am definitely going. This is going to be my favorite, I think, of the season.
Okay.
The Elusive Samurai. Before I even describe it, I watched episode 1 before this. Always saw the manga in Barnes and Noble. Looks beautiful. Cover art is excellent. I was like, I always looked at it like, I don't know what it means, Elusive Samurai, but man, they are cooking on these things. So it did the adapt. I don't know who's adapting it. Let me see if I can find out who did the studio, because that studio, cooking. Let me see if it says, if I can find it.
I don't see who's doing it. I know it's on Crunchyroll, but I don't know who's doing it. Someone in the comments let us know, because I'm not sure.
Okay. Cloverworks. Cloverworks is a pretty good one. So Cloverworks put their foot in this one. Man. Like, the premise sets up very fast. Very makes sense. It makes sense. The pacing seems a little not goofy, but it's fast. But basically, if you watch Shonen, Shogun, this is kind of like in the vein of Shogun in a way. Except, did you watch any of y'all watch Shogun?
I haven't watched it. Like, I've heard it's good, but it's just so much to watch.
Like, you with Shogun, there's no English version of it. Like, you gotta watch the subtitles. Ain't no way around it. So it demands your attention. But basically, the Shogun, he's like a puppet. He ain't nobody, like the kid's dad. They really like make him look like a little dumb puppet. So you see him, he says one word, then he out of there. And basically had a vassal who was like betrayed all of them and then kind of just laid waste to the country. He's trying to take over Japan, or definitely that shogunate. So the heir to the throne, this kid, he's like nice kid. He's only 8. Now I want to stress that when you meet him, 8-year-olds are so smart and blah blah blah. They're like 20-year-old intelligent level, but he's 8 technically. But so it's like you meet him and he's able to run. Like the 2 vassals, he's like, we're trying, like, hey, it's time to go do archery and stuff. So he's like, this easygoing kid. He's like, look, I know I'm just a puppet. I'm a puppet to a puppet ruler. I'm rich. I'm having fun. It's peacetime. It's all good. I'm not really worried about all this stuff. But, and he thinks of himself as a coward. I know an 8-year-old can deduce all of this. But let's just, regardless of which.
He said, don't worry about all that.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Unfortunately, it's just like, all right, I got the 8. He meets this priest who's kind of I ain't gonna say a fake, but he's weird and whatever, but he can kind of see the future. Basically he was taught to he knew where to find the young heir, and it turns out the favorite vassal turned on all of them, killed his parents, killed his dad and all that. You don't even see his mom, don't even worry about it, because it's really in that old shogunate. Basically he got concubines and that his older brother is a concubine, So he can't be the heir. He's cool. He's like, I don't even want it. He's like, bro, that falls to you. He said, I'm a concubine. I ain't got the bloodline. He actually says that. So I think I don't know if he makes it out. I think he survives. They didn't show that at the end of the episode 1, but I think he's like in the opening or whatever. It's bright and I mean animated, and the kid can move like a ninja. He just does it, but he's like, I don't really want to train nothing. But he's like, he's really been already training himself to just be able to move like that. He's cat quick. So while he wanted to die, he was like, I should die with my family as an honorable samurai. You know, they own that stuff. And the priest was like, oh, so you want to die, huh? So they on a cliff overlooking it. You know what he does?
What?
He throws him over the cliff. He said, then go die. And he says it in a funny, happy way. And not only when the kid, first of all, when he was falling, he started doing parkour on the side of the mountain to get down safely. And then old boy's like, hey, it's the air. So all the evil samurai was about to kill him, but they cannot touch him. The way they animated this scene, he's flipping over swords, he's doing all things, he's hiding under horses, and he works his way back up to the priest up the mountain, and he laughed. He's like, you know, he looked like basically like, I hate you, but yeah, I guess I don't want to die. So he's like, okay, cool. You're gonna get your revenge by living. He said, so this is gonna be your greatest game of hide and seek ever.
Wow.
He's going to try to kill, like, we know who's your enemy. He's gonna send people after you to kill you. Your dad sent me to get you. That was his last words. His dad is unimportant, but that's what the priest said. So the priest was always in to come get him. And he's like, so we need to build up a team he's like, in the meantime, you need to go practice and get better or whatever. Use your skills. He's like, you're not a coward and you're not lazy. Because that's what he thought of himself. But he's like, clearly you want to live. He said, that's going to be your revenge. So it's the game of who's going to be the bigger hero. He said, I seen with my eye, in 2 years, you're going to shake up Japan as a hero. He said, you got to do it by living, and his goal is to catch you to kill you. That's it. So it's in the title. Premise set up the Elusive Samurai. So we got a basically a young hero kid who's on the run to see if he can reclaim back his throne.
All right. Do we have an English dub yet, or we gonna have to wait 30 years for an English dub?
You better probably go ahead and get on it, man. I actually tried to look.
Is it good? Hold up. Is the opening music good?
Opening music actually is poppy. Like it's actually, it feels upbeat. It's colorful, even though it was a lot of blood. It was like you saw people who have committed suicide, their bodies on the ground, and you know it's not gonna hold back on when people probably get chopped up or want to show out post blood bleeding. I'll say that. I'm trying to think of the best thing. In fact, the opening kind of reminds me of the colorness of the playfulness of Zom.
Okay. Like, how about them fight scenes? What them fight scenes looking like?
I already told you. The scene that, like, it was already beautifully animated. It is almost like, to me, theater quality animation when he was avoiding the swords. They are not playing. Cloverworks spent money. Like, you know how I talk about the C+ hero when somebody get hit and they just fly over? No, you see him dodging the swing of the sword and flipping and turning over, and this little kid running around like a spider monkey. I think it's beautifully done. Like that alone, kind of like how Windbreaker, like, all right, episode 1 Windbreaker is as fluent as that when Sakura is fighting, if not more fluent for parts.
Okay.
That gives you an
I might give that a shot. That might get a shot.
So it falls in the category of adventure, comedy, historical, samurai. So
maybe. We'll see. I'll take a peek. I
don't mind letting somebody else jump on that grenade for me.
Yeah, I'll take a peek. I'll take a peek and we'll see.
So don't sound like your cup of tea, Mark.
Just a little, yeah.
Yeah, if it leans too hard on the adventure side and not the action side, I might be like,
All right, I just
oh.
told y'all it falls in adventure, comedy, and this and historical. I don't know if like you ain't gonna just get like it ain't gonna probably be no shonen one-on-one fights. It's gonna probably be
Oh
more
boy.
adventure because again he's on the run and these are young
But as long
kids.
as he's on the run and people are like catch and he gotta fend them off. But like but
He
I'll see,
may
I'm gonna
not
give it a
be
shot. I'm
he
gonna give
may
it a
not be
shot.
doing defending himself. It's gonna be a team because he's
Mm.
8 right now. I know anime that don't mean nothing. He has a sword, but
8
his
years old,
goal.
they be saving planets at 8.
I'm just saying he's good at not getting hit and avoiding it. Now he
All
probably
right.
will get some skills because something's gonna probably switch where he knows he got to be the leader, and he's was brave enough to be like I should die with my family, blah blah blah. But then he realized, yeah, I want to live. Hey, he got personality, man. He got personality, man. I like it. You know, it was kind of like this. He's even had his little betrothed, and she was laughing. She was like, "Oh yeah, he before everything went to hell." She was like, I'm gonna be like one of your betrothed." And he was like, I really don't. He looking at her like, girl, get off me. like, like you are. She tried to kiss him. And he's just like, nah, I'm good. So I think he's a character that I think he'll stand out for me. Um, I think he will actually be the least annoying character on the show. One of them, him and the little priest girl. So far, the the priest is gonna be, he's gonna be like your weird senpai nut job who's gonna be serious, but he's gonna swing back between comedy and stupidity and seriousness.
All right, no
But
doubt. We'll see. We'll see.
try it out, man. Just try it out. I say
Say, bro,
give it
you
to
you
three.
you're not alone for the ride by yourself, man. I'm gonna ride too.
So at least try out this episode. If I'll say this, if you don't like the action where he's evading stuff, whatever, I might say then give it 1 or 2 more episodes, and then if not, you might be out. But
Now,
far
I'll give it a
as
shot. I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a little shot.
far as
Um,
everything new, those were the things that stood out to me. Um, I might try to do Fairy Tale because I used to like Fairy Tale. I might try the Osan Newbie Adventurer Train to Death. Oh, that's Isekai. I
all
don't
right,
know.
no doubt.
I think I'm gonna pull some stuff from. I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna enact that stuff that I didn't have time for last season, like the Fable. Shout out to Camp. He swears by it. I might just throw the Fable in there since
I've
it's
I've
outside.
considered starting it too, bro.
Yeah, so the Fable. I am going back to the Dangers in My Heart for my more sane slice of life. I call that anime Wonder Years. It's actually a good, show. So this list of what I just pulled, y'all, it's fluid. We'll see what sticks. Right now, the two that's absolutely going to stick, or at least that I will try more, will be Elusive Samurai and Kinnikuman. Even if Kinnikuman sucked, but shout out to my brother. It was his birthday. He was born 7777, and I have fond memories of Kinnikuman. I don't care if anybody hates it, but it does bring me back. I love the toys. Shout out to my brother. May you rest in peace. So Kinnikuman has a little weird childhood memory for me.
All right, no doubt, no doubt.
So,
Well, I know we getting far, so I'm gonna throw it over to Mark Deasy. All right, final thoughts, and where can they find you, my young brother?
Yeah. So, shout out to Cam. Um, Final thoughts. We got some cool stuff coming up. We still still looking ahead to some cool stuff. We got a lot of cool stuff in anime. But
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
oh, I am gonna check out Kinnikuman, King Muscle. I'm gonna see what it do. I am also gonna check out Oshikono. I know I ain't said that right. But you know what I'm talking about.
Oshinoko?
Oshinoko.
That one.
Yeah.
Oshinoko. Oshinoko. Okay, I don't know why I sang it like that, but I shall
I
be
mean,
checking
hey
that
man,
out
it is
too.
a show about entertainment and singing and acting. So there you go.
So, and I don't know, man. Coop, Coop has been consistently very good at finding anime that once I check it out, I'm like, you was right. He was
I mean,
absolutely right about Fire Force. I one episode in, I'm in. I
hey,
like
bro,
dude with the jet 5 feet.
and the great thing is we still have My Hero, no episode this week, but you got episode whatever
Yeah, because
you do adapt.
Superman and My Hero were off this week.
I know Superman had a new one, I think.
He did?
Yeah.
I thought they were off this week.
It was My Hero that was off. I was gonna say I was gonna review that if y'all wanted, but I guess if you did, never mind.
Nah, I thought they were off. My source that I checked didn't have anything new, but
Well, I watched that one from the TV show. Like I actually watch it from my cable service since it comes on Adult Swim. Yeah, I don't play around with that one since I know I can get it from a workable source that's gonna always work. So that's why I watch it.
all right, no doubt, no doubt. Well, I'll circle back next week on the Superman because I
Okay.
was pretty sure I didn't see anything. I thought the last episode that we got was
So,
Ocean's 11.
so I ain't gonna say nothing. All I'm gonna say is that you feel the Dragon Ball Z in this in a good way. A lot of
Yeah.
action.
Hey
Lot of
man,
action.
I'll need you to check the new episode out. Man, Superman. Yeah,
It's getting
I
good.
want
It's to the
to
good
talk
part.
about it. It's good, man.
It's
It's
getting
really,
good. It's
really,
getting to the
really
good,
good.
good stuff.
I was hitting Coop up when I watched the latest episode, and I was like, Coop, bruh, they do so much well with this. It's DC anime. They are not. They not. Well, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about some of the other stuff, Suicide Squad, but
I
I do
mean,
love this. They need to keep this
oh,
Superman, the storyline, the way they introduce characters. Like, man, I genuinely care more about his supporting cast than than maybe any previous iteration of the story.
absolutely. His support, bruh. This is the best supporting cast ever, and they did it from just from the way they titled it, "My Adventures with Superman." So you having us humans see how we deal with Superman in our life, which it should be that way. And of course, with a character so old and so powerful, that aspect always get lost. But that what made Justice League and Justice League Unlimited so good. As even though Superman was always around their life, Lex Luthor was always pushing the envelope and hating to the fullest degree. Like, do you need this stank alien in your life? Telling you what to do. He's more powerful than you. There ain't no way to kill him. What if he goes crazy? That should always be there in a solo Superman story, especially when you're starting from him just starting the job. Yes, that is the hook to Superman. And then you have Lois and the love story because you gotta have the love story. If there's no Lois and there's, I guess, being able to make Jimmy worth it, I mean, you got to be really good on your action and your stories of the villains. And well, Superman villains ain't Batman villains. I mean, let's just be honest. Batman don't need no love. You know what I'm saying? Batman ain't gonna
That's
never get love.
terrible.
Batman is going to die on his shield, doing the only thing he love is Gotham, and he love fighting crime. Because we seen him be a terrible father in various iterations to Robin, and a terrible son to Alfred. So love, I don't know, bro.
He
I
has
mean,
also been a wonderful son and wonderful father in some iterations too. Don't do that to my boy.
I ain't
Boy,
saying he hasn't, but I'm
y'all
saying
try to kick a bed down. Man,
there's
man, man.
there's ways to look at it. I mean, he's such a terrible. I mean, sometimes he's so terrible. His genes overtook Terry McGinnis.
That had nothing to do with
that
him.
he
That's
look
somebody else who acted on his behalf.
his cells got Terry
Hey,
McGinnis bomb.
and he still
And
took
me-
care of them kids.
His cells whooped the hell out of Terry's daddy. Said, "This is my baby."
Mm.
Thanks, Waller. Waller's like, forget your daddy, Terry. We needed another Bruce Wayne. I made you Bruce Wayne.
Anyway, go on, Mark Dub. Where can they find you?
I'm Mark Dub on IG. I'm Mark Dub 44 on X Twitter X, and I'm Mark Wallace on the Book of Faces. I'm out here in these streets like reflectors.
Believe that, yo. You best believe that. But all right, Coop. Now
Yeah.
I got my, you know what I'm saying, I got my episode 8. We're gonna pull that in right now. We gonna talk about
Oh,
that next time. We might even be able to do an extra little something on that. But anyway,
oh,
Coop.
one more thing. I forgot one more show, and I'm gonna be real quick about this one. It's actually a horror, psychological,
Mhm.
called Tasuketsu, Fate of the Majority. I'm gonna read this real quick. It kind of caught my eye. One night, nearly all the humans in town died all at once. Shortly after, high school student San Nietsu, along with the rest of the remaining humans, receive a message through a monitor from someone calling themselves Emperor. Every night from now on, the missing majority will be carried out, and the majority group of people will die. In other words, the last remaining human population will be cut in half each night. Can our protagonist survive this game rife with betrayal, conspiracy, and despair? So, if it says Emperor, it's kind of like, have you ever seen that game they ever played in Japan? They call Who's the King? Where I think the king makes the rules and you have to pull a certain number, blah, blah, blah. Kind
Mhm.
of like Truth or Dare, but in their version of it, and you have to do some dares. So this sounds like Saul for high school students.
And what's the name of this again?
Tasuketsu, Fate of the Majority. Of the Majority. Um, so it's an action, drama, psychological superpower. So supernatural ish going on. Somebody is killing these people, and you got to do what they say if you're gonna survive. So it's a death game anime. Kind of caught my eye.
Okay. Well, in that case, since you got the floor, go on and do your final thoughts. I might peep that. I
So
might peep that out.
I wanted to bring that up because I know you like your soup. See, I've been
I
trying, Mike.
might. You said death game, man.
It is a death. I
That
mean,
might. We'll
I
see.
literally said the people in the town just die. They got some kids left, and they got to deal with it. And they probably ain't gonna be sparing these kids. So it is based off a digital manga, so it's probably bloody. But y'all, final thoughts. Spring season was fire. Go listen to our last reviews on the finales. I don't know, like spring. Like, look, I get it. Somebody may like all these isekais. I ain't gonna say I hate isekai just because isekai they be just doing too much. Like, out of all the stuff I listed, isekai still be doing too much more than the stuff that I listed. Ocean no Ko sounds crazy if you think about it, but it's not. Isekai is crazy, most of it. You know, and to be honest, the I didn't even watch it, but the Suicide Squad isekai is probably tame to most regular isekai. That's how wild isekai is. But I don't know. There's other stuff I might try, but I see it just Spring had so I ain't never seen a
Spring had a
season
lot of
lately.
fire, man.
Had so much fire of introducing new
Actually,
shows.
spring ratcheted up the goodness from a solid winter. Like, our winter wasn't the best, but our winter was.
Winter was cool.
I wouldn't say our winter was strong, but our winter was like a B minus.
And see, if me, I'm in. Even though
Because
Netflix
remember,
is starting,
we had the brother Mike. Brother Mike came through.
Yeah, bro, he did.
well, and that went from kind of like winter to spring. So
Yep.
in a way, that kind of crossed both. Winter was okay. It
And
was
then
cool.
spring just went crazy.
Spring, far as just like pure Japanese releases. I don't know what the committees in Japan say. All right, spring is blooming, the cherry blossoms is dropping. We ain't waiting this year. Drop all this heat. We got Kaiju, Windbreaker. Even though Mark doesn't like it, it is a hit. Believe it or not. Like most people, they made me think of Mark. They was like, I don't know nothing about this story, but the fights, fire. That's all I'm gonna watch for. That's all
I
I
just
need.
got so many questions about
Don't ask no
who's in
questions.
charge.
That's what everybody said. Do not ask these questions.
Like, hold up, who's
Stop
in
it.
charge?
The
Where's
oldest,
the principal? Where are the teachers?
you
What are
know, who
you
in
even
charge.
learning? What's the lesson? What's the point of
You're
coming to school?
learning to be. I mean, if you really think about it, you know them schools where the kids get dropped off who ain't got no future, and they better go in
Oh,
nothing
dag.
into like a trade school. Nothing's
Oh, you
wrong with
talk. Oh,
that.
you talk about like the what is it? The adult school, adult day school, or whatever.
Yeah, you already 17 and you
Yeah,
already a lost cause,
it's like you dropped out, but you 17. You really supposed to be like in seventh grade, but it's
but
like
you
we can't
done.
put you in there. So it's
Like you a violent offender already at 17 or headed that way. That's what these kids are till they figured out to like let's protect the town that apparently
word.
don't have police. I don't know, and
Yeah, it's
it's
like
like
we're the like police and the firemen. Don't
it's
ask, don't
just
ask.
young kids and old people. There's no like where's the like. Never mind. Don't ask no question with Windbreaker. I promise you, you ain't supposed to. It is a video. It is Kunio-kun. It is Double Dragon. They fight and you gotta fight to the death almost or get hurt. Somebody laughs like these kids. It's like the most brutal of dangerous fights, and they just like, man, I'm gonna give my life up for this game. That's it. So, but it just so many hits came out this spring that y'all, if y'all miss spring and you ain't really vibing with what we talking about, and you're a little behind, we stay up on it because we try to actually have adapted the seasonal watch. But man, I'm telling you, go look up spring anime. Plenty for you if you don't watch how we watch.
Yeah,
You
that
can
spring
catch
came
up.
through.
Spring is hot. Like, go watch Kaiju. My Hero's still running. Of course, Demon Slayer. You know, if you ain't a Demon Slayer fan now by now, become one. You know, we ain't gonna gatekeep you. We gonna tell you the joys of, you know, Demon
Mhm.
Slayer. You know, it's no more TV episodes from now, so you got time. I am probably going to go ahead and read because I might have got spoiled a little bit, but it ain't gonna stop me at all. Like, I will forget and I will enjoy it, but I'm about to read. Like, I can't wait no 3 years. I can't.
Hold up, 3 years?
Bruh, I'm
I
telling
told
you.
I told Coop
Did they really
the
say it was
same.
going to be 3 years?
I
I'm
was
just
like,
saying,
bro, I think
Mike.
I might be reading it with you for the same reason. They just
Mike, just think of it like this. The series just ended on TV. It's the middle part of 2024. There has been no date on 2024 of a movie coming out. So that means one at least is coming out 2025. Because just how you know how people are with money, and Japan they ain't trying to pull Kevin Costner's and waste a lot of money and drop 2 duds of cowboy movies in the theater that nobody asked for $100 million. Sony is gonna milk this thing. This is Sony is the producer. Ufotable, the dude almost went to jail. May still go to jail for tax evasion. Do
Nah,
you
he
think
going to be all right.
he gonna be all right once he make that money? So
Look, everybody loves a winner. He going to be all right.
he a hero, man.
He probably ain't trying to rush all these things out. That'll help him by years. So he probably go drag this out. So if he got say so, it's gonna be 3 years, I bet. I'm just saying, expect one movie a year, unless they pull a Matrix or something and they gotta tell us. I don't see Sony doing that for the first 2. I think they might do the first 2, the last 2. I think we're gonna get one next year, and then maybe we get both in 2026. Either way, it's 2 more years from now to this is probably over. And I think they kind of mentioned that it's gonna, you know, they probably got it created, they got it animated, they got it voice acted. It probably ain't done yet. You know, maybe they're starting. So 3 years, Mike.
Hey, man.
So I'm gonna read. I'm sorry. We ain't getting this on. If they put this on TV, it's gonna be after all 3 of the movies are released, and you probably
Bro,
not gonna get it.
I may have to join you and read this because, like
Yeah.
like you said, dog. 3 years is a mighty long time.
It starts at volume 16, I believe, and I think it's like 10, 15 volumes. That's gonna be the rest of the story. So I'm gonna read it, man. I'm gonna read it, then I'm gonna go watch some explainer videos of people if they go do a whole thing. But all I can say is y'all watch your YouTube. uh watch your YouTube
Like it is coming, y'all.
things because the spoilers out there. Spoilers out there. I ain't gonna say nothing. But just watch it. Like I said, I ain't mad at it because I just how I work. But if you do, just watch your algorithms. If you even see right now at this point, if you see Demon Slayer pop up, you don't want to know. Get out of it.
Yeah, just get out of it.
Get out of it.
I
Especially
go.
so. But you can find me at Blurred period ISH on IG. You can find me the Blurtish page on Facebook, Keith Cooper on Facebook, and I should have some events coming up. Trying to apply to some anime raid party nights to be a vendor. Working on that for the end of August. Might have one in a couple of weeks. So we shall see.
All right, that's what's up, y'all. Of course, for me, I'm just saying, look, we got a couple that I'm interested in. So next week we'll know how I feel about the Elusive Samurai. We'll let you know how I feel about Fate of the Majority. I shout out to Ninja. I did start watching Code Geass.
How you like it?
I'm hooked. All right.
So you started on
good.
the old or new?
Britannia got to go down. All right.
So you started on the original.
You telling me that we going up against the man? Oh, you know I'm down with that. And the brother was playing mad chess games, so I'm with it. I'm with it.
Lelouch can play chess games with light. In fact, once you get to know Lelouch, immediately go watch the RDC1 skit Anime House. And Lelouch is one of the characters dealing with light over time. And light kind of gets him, but it's just funny because Lelouch is a cocky, arrogant.
Yeah, shouts to Lulu. Also, shouts to the since this anime was back in 2006. Shouts to like the old way they used to draw anime. It was like kind of nostalgic with like the super duper skinny legs.
Everybody's skinny with
ridiculously
bug ass.
long arms. Like where it's like that's not even proportional. Like
everybody look like a praying mantis.
Yo, man. But anyway, look, check it. We love all y'all. NERD, SOUL, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, podcast, all that jazz. And until the next time that you have to play a death game in your high school, we're just saying peace.